What is up, Unity community? Welcome to Versus Mode, the only time that Unity will actively be working against its community. My name is Jackson. I am your host and a senior community manager here. We are joined by two true titans of industry today in a battle of nonsense and maybe wits. Of course, representing Team Unity, we've got Larry Hryb. Larry, how's it going?
Jackson, I'm highly confused.
Why is that?
I thought I was the host.
You want to trade?
My gosh. I've got to go up against Jason. I mean, I love Jason. And, he's got an amazing YouTube channel, a big supporter of Unity, Jason. But I thought all right. I've got to go back and read this email. I did not realize that I'll do my best.
Yeah, producer Jack swapped our spots. So if you were in the host seat for a second there anyways.
Well, that explains why I have this whiteboard.
There we go. You're equipped. You're equipped and you're set. Well, you're ready to go.
I'm armed.
Larry, if anyone's unfamiliar with your work and what you do at Unity, how would you typically introduce yourself?
Well, first of all, thank you very much, Jackson. I am responsible for community and advocacy here at Unity. Prior to that, I was at Microsoft for a quarter of a century working on the Xbox business. I am no stranger to the internet. I'm no stranger to gaming, and hopefully I'm no stranger to you. But I'm excited to be here, and I'm really excited to engage. This is one of my first streams I've done in about a year and a half. So I know you and I did one last year, Jackson, but I'm excited to be back on the air. More importantly, I'm excited to be on with Jason.
Absolutely. And speaking of representing Team Community, we've got Jason Wyman. Jason, welcome to the show. How you doing today?
I am great. Thanks for having me here. I've been really looking forward to this and looking forward to just getting completely destroyed by Larry.
Oh, stop.
It's going to be a lot of fun. But Jason, I've been making games in Unity for a long time now. I've got a YouTube channel on it. It's just my name, Jason Wyman. And I work on a video game that's built in Unity that's really popular for kids. You get millions of kids playing it in school, and it's my son's favorite game. So it's a lot of fun having the opportunity to work in an engine that I love on a game that I love and talk to a bunch of really awesome
for
people.
A purpose that you love.
Exactly. Teach kids stuff. And I brought a big giant whiteboard. I was telling Jackson I should have brought my even bigger one next time. Have me back and I'll bring it.
I feel slightly inadequate.
That looks much more manageable though. This feels like a lot of my code. Bigger than it needs to be.
Well, Jason, thank you very much for joining us. Of course, we've got your YouTube link on screen here. If anyone wants to go and check it out, we'll make sure to be putting it in the chat as well. Before we get any further, the Bull, friend of the stream here very often, says Jason Wyman's channel was one of the big influences that finally pushed me to become a software engineer many years ago. I was working in a grocery store at the time. So you've had a direct impact in some of our community, so that's absolutely fantastic. Thank you very, very much for what you do, and thank you both for being here for Versus Mode. It is the one time a month where we just like to put a little bow on it, so we just like to come together and relax. I've seen the question while we've been doing it live, which is always really fun, where they say, how is this Unity? Well, I've always been told that the biggest strength of Unity is its community. So a little community moment where we all come together and just unwind and talk about video games and things that we like. That's what we're doing here with Versus Mode. So,
you know what, Jackson, that I think, I get asked a lot of times, why did you come to community after you left Xbox or to Unity? And that's because you exactly hit the point. The community at Unity is incredible. Some of my favorite work I was doing at Xbox was with the developers. And, I was working with Xbox developers all the time, and I jumped over to Unity because now I get to work with developers on all the platforms, whether it's Switch, with the Switch that just launched, Switch 2, whether it's PlayStation, whether it's Xbox, wherever Unity is, I like to be there. So that's one of the reasons I'm here. So community, let's go.
Woo! So we have a lifetime scoreboard as this is our fourth entry into Versus Mode. Right now, as it stands, community is up 2-1 over Unity. So we'll see if this shifts the scales in any way. We have put together this game show with the community in mind. So you all are able to actively influence this show. We will have a number of different opportunities throughout in which you will be able to vote on round modifiers, power-ups, winners of rounds. If you would like to participate in that way, make sure that you are watching on twitch.tv/Unity. Of course, wherever you're watching, we are grateful to have you here. But if you want to influence those polls, make sure you're on Twitch. You can play along in the chat wherever you are watching. watching providing your own answers to questions and see how many you get right. Keep track of your own score and let me know what it looks like at the end. I believe we are set and ready to get into the first round here. Contestants, do we have any questions?
No, I'm just going to say good luck, everybody.
Good luck to both our contestants here. Of course, this is a heavily whiteboard-focused game show, as buzzers in an online remote fashion don't typically work very well. So we'll be getting you to write down your answers and reveal when called upon. But let's dive in to round number 1, something new that we will call popular opinion. This is a game show influenced by the audience. As such, we are going to kick off round number 1 by allowing them to provide the first lead in scoring by voting to decide the winner. Contestants, you will each submit your entry to today's popular opinion prompt. Please write down your answers on a whiteboard and reveal when I call upon you. Your prompt today is: which video game character would win in a no-holds-barred battle royale? The winner will be granted 10 points and today's first lead. So go ahead and write down your video game character entry, who you would bring as your champion. And when I see that you have calmly, stoically finished writing, we will.
Is there
reveal.
a timer?
Nah, whenever you feel like you're ready, Larry. If you need extra time, listen, it's a game show, but we're here, we're laid back. You know what I mean? We're casually hanging out. So if you need more time, I'll grant you more time.
All right, I'm ready. I don't know about
All right.
Jason.
I'm very, very ready.
All right, Jason, since you're doubly very ready, why don't you go ahead and show us your entry here.
Oh, I picked Mario.
Okay.
Because whatever he needs to get to do, he'll just eat something and find a way to destroy the enemies. And if I picked anything other than Mario, my daughter probably would have killed me.
You know, Jason, I was going to pick Mario too.
Larry, who did you pick in the end? Doom Guy. Very strong. Very strong. Of course, both great options. It doesn't matter, in my opinion. All that matters is your opinion. Unity community, make sure that if you would like to vote on the winner of round number 1, that you are watching on twitch.tv/Unity. I will be setting that poll live right now. You have 60 seconds to vote for the winner, giving our first lead of the show. Now, I don't think I would like to see a real fight between Mario and Doom Guy. I think that would.
I could see it happening in Super
childhood.
Smash.
Definitely.
Yeah, right?
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. I like that there's always people providing their own takes on this. So we've got SLW saying that I would have picked Dante from Devil May Cry. Bull pointing out that Mario does have multiple lives, right? So that's a strong contender. I like that you both made a strong case for your responses, which is good. We've got about 15 seconds left. Everyone still has their opportunity.
By the way, I'm reading the chat here, and I see Jonathan Aberjal says I'm a Nintendo nerd versus an Xbox nerd. I'm actually a Nintendo nerd as well. So not to take anything away from Jason's passion, but you know, I'm a nerd for gaming. So that's the most important thing.
Good. Across the board. And with that, our vote has been tallied with a 92% community vote here. Larry gets our first points of the game, the first lead, and Larry is now up 10 points.
Well, we're all in it for everybody's a winner here. That's the most important thing.
Everybody's a winner. That's exactly it. But with that first quick round out of the way, we've tested the whiteboards. We know what we're getting into. We are going to move swiftly into round number 2. This is a new game called X Marks the Spot. X marks the spot because treasure. I'm going to show you a series of treasure chests from a video game, one at a time. Your job simply is to tell me which game that treasure chest is from. Each correct answer will net you 10 points and my admiration. I will accept franchise.
Are we writing them down?
We are.
Okay.
We're going one at a time.
Okay.
I will accept franchise answers instead of specific entries. Are there any additional questions?
Can we cheat?
There's no real rules.
I'm just kidding.
There's not a ton of rules. So like, if you wanted to, you know, your
No,
daughter.
this just
off
sounds
camera,
terrifying
just like-
trying to guess treasure chests.
Oh, I'm with you. I'm with you, Jason. In fact, I think Jason and I may team up together. So
Honestly, you can do that. Last time we had Saver representing Team Unity, and we had Jeff from Ritual Studios.
Right.
And halfway through the game, they were deliberating on what answers they were each going to put down. They're like, "What are you writing? What are you writing?" Okay, I'm going to change my answer to that too. So, I mean, you guys can do whatever you want in the
all right,
end
give
here.
us the first chest.
All right, let's dive right in here with chest number 1. What is that chest from? You might look at that and think, that's hecka generic. It looks like every video game chest. You might be right. You might be right. All right.
Ready?
Larry's got an answer. Jason's still taking in that mind palace.
Actually.
We've got a couple of people guessing in chat as well. Jack making it a little more dynamic for you. Larry, are you changing answers?
Yep.
Okay. Okay. Jason is locked in. Jason, why don't
I've got the wrong answer ready.
Okay. Why don't you reveal first for us here?
All right. Was it in Sea of Thieves?
Okay. Jason says Sea of Thieves. Larry,
Hold on, I'm changing my. Okay, you ready?
I'm ready and nervous. Elder Scrolls. Okay. Okay. So the
That was more
answer for our first chest is Super Mario 64. Yep. 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 Don't worry. I think it gets easier from here. That one,
Yeah,
again,
sure.
was highly generic. Actually, we did get one correct answer in chat here as well. So thank you very much.
Ooh, see,
With
I
that-
should just look at chat.
Yeah, right. I'm with you. Chat,
There
help
is-
us
I
out.
mean, I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to stop you. But ideally, there is an opportunity in which the audience might join us. We have our second entry for X marks the spot. Now, what video game is this chest from?
Okay.
There are runes. There is frills, dragons. I don't know if they're snakes, maybe. We've got some correct answers in chat. If we have, Jason, did you write down?
No, but I had chat open, and then you said that there were correct answers. I wasn't sure. I was bouncing between a couple things, and that was only one of them. I was definitely going to get it wrong.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm going to let you play how you want to play. If you want to write it down.
No, I forgot to close the chat windows over there on the side.
Okay. If you want to, like, you know, omit, if you want to abstain from responding to this one, we can do that as well. Larry, feeling confident on this one?
I'm ready when you are.
Okay. Sounds good. Jason, let's get started with you there.
All right. I did not think it was God of War, but it is.
Larry, what answer did we have on your end? Elder Scrolls.
That's what I
Okay.
thought it was.
Okay.
Or I was thinking
All
between
right.
that and one other game.
We have, honestly, I don't know how to play this one in terms of points.
I'll put it at a 0.
Okay, we'll zero that one out. Of course, that was from God of War. We'll keep you at zeros on that one. All right, with that, let's move on to our third response here, or our third entry into round number 2. What video game is this chest from? You're up on cinder blocks. There might be some contextual clues with the perhaps blood on the ground in front. And again, we will accept thank you, Jack. We will accept franchise as opposed to specific entries. I don't know if that also tips the scales in any way. I'm nervous now to say whether or not we have correct answers in chat because I done last time I shot myself in the foot.
I
with
closed it, so we don't know.
Okay. I'm seeing some then. All right. Both contestants look ready to go.
Yes.
Good. Larry, we're going to throw to you to go first on this one. Elders. Oh, okay.
Resident Evil.
Thank you. And Jason,
That makes more sense. I was thinking it was a Tomb Raider game, but
okay.
Oh, that's a great guess.
The third entry into round number 2 is from Call of Duty Zombies. The question, the mystery
nobody
box.
played that game. Nobody,
Not a single person. All right. Moving along, we have a few more entries into round number 2 here. Let's take a look at entry number 4. What video game is this treasure chest from? I will say I believe this is from a remaster of this game. This one is from a remaster, so it is upscaled. I'm giving you some small context clues here.
No, the context clues really are the grass in the background because it looks, you know, I wanted Jason. I'm gonna talk through it in my brain if you don't mind. I don't know if you put down your answer yet.
No, not yet. It looks like an old Nintendo game with the grass, though.
Yeah, I mean the grass is and the brightness indicates more of a happy Nintendo game. It's got the jewels, which make me think Sea of Thieves, but I know that is not Sea of Thieves grass, at least unless you're playing on a potato. And so yeah, this one's gonna be a tough one.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of games on Nintendo that have a chest randomly sitting in the middle of.
I'm ready.
Is it Larry? Is it Elder Scrolls? Is that?
All right.
Jason, are you locked in?
I'm guessing Zelda. Upside down.
Zelda. Very good. Thank you, Larry. What do we got on your side?
I'm gonna guess Zelda too.
Oh, no way. Okay. Heck yes. The answer to entry number 4 here is Spyro.
Oh, that's one of the Nintendo games I played a ton too. And
Spyro was rare in the end, right?
Yeah,
it was. My kids played it; they were obsessed, and I've got like tons of the little things. And I played that game nonstop, but I did not recognize the chest.
This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing because I think I visited Rare, and I remember talking to some of the artists about some of this stuff. So,
like I designed that chest.
This was one that I played only on a demo disc. This was one that I had one level and would play for like 6 hours. So that's a tough one.
Those are the good old days, right? Where you got the demo disc, you played again and again and again and again and again.
It was enough. It was totally enough. We're spoiled now.
I used to get a Taco Bell game and play that for days on end. They would give out like Xbox games, PlayStation games at Taco Bell demo.
We're not going to talk about Sneak King then? We're not going to talk about that one?
Burger King, Sneak King. Maybe that's a future round is just like IP crossover games that we can list here. But with that, we have 2 more entries into X marks the spot. Let's pull up entry number 5 here. What game is this?
Oh, I got this one.
Treasure chest from? And chat, continue to play along. We will have another opportunity for you to vote immediately following this round. People calling out the instantly recognizable art style, Bugatti Tech.
Yeah, it looks just like Mario, right?
Where in the game it is.
Whoa, really? That level of detail. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Jason, I just want to make sure. Have you written down?
Yes.
Okay. Let's get you to reveal first, if you don't mind.
Borderlands.
Borderlands from Jason. Larry. Borderlands.
Wow, prettier Borderlands.
Of course, this indeed was from Borderlands.
I think it was the first one when you go into the get your weapons for the first time, or one of those times. That's what it looks like to me. But yeah, Borderlands. Well done, guys.
Awesome. Yep, points all around. And with that, we will move to our last one here. In X marks the spot. What video game is this treasure chest from?
Oh.
I don't know if it's easier or more difficult that we removed it from the environment, but here is your expanded version of it as well.
Hold on, prop time.
Oh, we got okay.
Oh no.
Bye, Larry. We'll see you in a minute. Jason, how are you feeling about this one?
I'm feeling like I definitely am going to lose this part.
Okay.
But I want to see Larry's prop.
Okay. Since it seems you both have an answer, Jason, why don't you reveal first?
Is this one from Sea of Thieves?
Sea of Thieves from Jason, from Larry.
Sea of Thieves with my official Sea of Thieves. When I unlocked the very first achievement, they gave me this little globe.
What? That is so cool.
And you can see it says, this is what my first achievement I unlocked in that game was, what shall we do with the drunken sailor? March 20th, 2018.
Wow. Dated it.
So it's got the little picture. Anyway,
Yeah.
Very
That
cool.
is very, very cool. Larry leading in cool points. Jason, feel free to bring in props from your set at any point in time, however you see fit.
I will try my best.
And that brings us to the end of round 2. Thank you for playing. X marks the spot. Larry, of course, came into this round with a 10-point lead. We will get a score update for you in just a moment. Right now, I'm going to set up another opportunity to vote for our community. You all are going to be voting for a buff in round 3. Thank you to Larry for helping level up the nomenclature, the naming of this one. What we are going to be looking at for you all to vote on is a daily double or an audience assist. Unity community, you have 1 minute to vote. A daily double, of course, allows our contestants to wager their points on this next round. An audience assist would encourage them to keep the chat open and participate basically as a teammate, which is great. So there we are. Everyone, well, not everyone. SLW in chat is calling out that I did not include Elder Scrolls in that last round. And I think that might have been a miss. That might have been a miss.
but I sure did.
Yeah, there you go. Again, about 30 seconds, everybody. Audience assist would allow our contestants to take your answers into consideration for the following round. The daily double, of course, having them vote and bet their current points. How are you guys feeling so far? You feel like you're settling in? We're feeling like we understand it now. Ready to?
I'm
really
feeling like, let's get to the next question, Jackson. Let's go.
And is exciting. Our round 3 buff has been completed. We've got an audience assist, so feel free to keep the chat open. Chat, make sure you are putting all of your answers in there to try and help, or I suppose, Agents of Chaos, confuse our contestants here. And with that, we are ready for our first score recap. Jack, lay it on us.
Yeah, thank you, Jackson. After our first 2 rounds, currently Larry is in the lead with 30 points. Jason right behind him with 20. It's still anyone's game after the first 2 rounds. Good luck, gents.
All right, so that's the first round. So I gotta give you one of those. So.
Thank you, Larry. Thank you. I will say that I think the biggest point differential that I've seen is 70, and that person erased it, came back and won. So it really is anybody's game. Lots of left to play here. With that, we will move into round number 3. This is
How many rounds are there? 27?
Say again?
Just
There's
14.
There's 27 rounds.
Yeah. Yep, approximately
Okay.
27 rounds.
Okay.
This is 2 truths and a lie. Welcome to round number 3, a take on a popular icebreaker, 2 truths and a lie. Bad news, I'm a dirty liar. Good news, I'm not great at it. I'm going to show you 3 entries from popular video game series, but one of them is a complete fabrication of my imagination. Your job is to sniff out the lie, and each correct answer will net you 10 points and my respect. Contestants, any questions?
Yeah, the audience assist means that we cheat with chat open.
That is correct.
Just double checking before I do
Yeah,
it.
I like it. I like it. Okay. Let's show our first trio here. Again, you are looking for the lie. 2 of these games are real. Assassin's Creed Identity, Assassin's Creed Freedom Cry, Assassin's Creed Veil of Empires. Please write down your answers. You don't need to write out the whole title, just enough that we will know. So
what's the question?
which one of these is a fake video game that
Okay.
I made up? 2 of these are real.
Let's go, chat.
Chat, help. You 2 let me know when you feel ready.
Yeah, I'm gonna be as ready as I'm ever gonna be.
Okay.
I'm
Jason,
ready enough.
Locked in? All right. Jason, why don't we get you to start?
I
on this
picked
one?
the Freedom Cry one.
Okay.
I've
Okay.
never heard
Larry?
of it.
Veil of Empires.
Veil of Empires is indeed the fake. Yes, indeedy. Assassin's Creed Identity is a 2014 Android and iOS title, and Freedom Cry was originally DLC and then a standalone game off
Deep
of Black
cuts.
Flag, released in 2013. Veil of Empires was the lie, which is 10 points to Larry. And also, shout out to Phil in chat, who got that one right. That was apparently a tricky one. We will move swiftly into the next one here. We've got 3 options for you again. Which one is the fake? Mario teaches typing, Mario at the dentist, or Mario's time machine, or, as you would say in Canada, mostly somehow for some reason, Mario. It's a phenomena I've never understood. If anyone has any additional information about why Canadians mispronounce the name Mario, please let me know.
It's the same reason they mispronounced about. It's about, not about.
I don't know what this is all about, you know?
About?
Yeah. Contestants, feeling ready, locked in?
Ready.
Yes.
All right. Larry, why don't you start us off on this one?
I think it's Mario goes to the dentist.
More prop work. All right, you're both locked in dentist on this one. The correct answer is Mario at the dentist. You both spotted the fake. Woohoo! You both have earned yourself 10 points. Of course, Mario Teaches Typing was released in 1991, and Mario's Time Machine, which was new to me, 1993 for Windows.
Can we talk for a moment about? I mean, Jason, you and I are a little bit older than Jackson, but that I can tell. But we don't teach typing anymore. Like, remember, Jason, when you and I were growing up, like you had to learn. Mavis was teaching us typing. Nope, Mario was teaching us typing. Now it's like you're on your own.
Yeah, now they teach them how to do it with their thumbs.
Right, exactly.
Oh yeah, good point. Yeah, well, I've also learned that they don't teach cursive at all, which means like I don't know how people have signatures.
My daughter calls it fancy writing.
No, I had to take typing class 3 times with an actual typewriter.
Whoa!
Home row, baby.
There we go.
Well, I shouldn't say I had to. I took it once and then I passed it, and then I would switch schools twice, and I was like, "Oh, that's an easy class," so I'll just take it again. That's how I got really fast.
All right, are we ready for our next entry into this round?
Bring it.
Sounds good. This one is Mega Man focused. We've got Mega Man Phantom Protocol, Mega Man Soccer, and Mega Man Star Force. Which one is the fake? Mega Man Phantom Protocol, Mega Man Soccer, and Mega Man Star Force. Lots to consider here. The stakes never been higher. They're not. They're incredibly low.
they're even higher than the last points.
Yeah, big time. Okay. Whenever you feel ready. Basically, I'm going off of eye contact. Once you guys looked up, I'm like, okay, they're ready to go.
Ready when you are.
Wait until Larry comes back with his prop. That's when you
Larry's desk under the camera is just like a bunch of stuff.
Here's the star.
Here. All right, Jason, why don't you start us off on this one?
I changed my answer to go with the audience and say Star Force.
Okay.
I knew soccer was real, but the other one I wasn't sure.
Okay. Larry, what do you got here? Soccer. Okay. The correct answer, or I suppose the fake answer here, is Mega Man Phantom Protocol.
Oh, wow. I should have gone with my first guess.
Yeah. Was that your first one, Jason?
Yeah, that was my first guess, but I was like, I don't know this well enough.
Right.
Audience.
Yeah. So Mega Man Soccer was a surprise to me, 1994 on the SNES.
Yep.
And
that one I actually played.
Oh, have you? Okay. Very nice. How is it?
I don't remember at all.
So not memorable is what we have here. Yeah, so we had Soccer on the SNES in 94, and Mega Man Star Force is an entry on the Nintendo DS from 2006.
All right.
Exciting. We can move along to our next one here. Ready to go. We've got Gears games.
Oh.
We've got 3 entries here. Gears Pop, Gears Made Up, or Gears Tactics. All right. Great to see everybody playing along in the
All right.
chat. Larry, you ready to go?
Well, I had a prop ready.
Okay, well, I'll wait for the prop. I'm
So
completely
go,
fine with
Jason,
that.
while I see if I can pull this up.
All right, Jason is gonna bring the heat.
I was hoping that Gears Made Up was made up.
Strong answer. Strong
All right,
answer there, Jason.
So this is the question is I think I don't know if I can share my screen here. So I was gonna can I share my screen?
Yeah, we can figure that out. You can go through present, share screen, and then
Present.
similarly to Zoom, you've
Here,
got
actually,
Windows,
here it is. Let me
tab,
just do this.
or full monitors.
Okay, here you go. I'm actually uploading an image. So Jack in production, let me know if you have that image, because I have no idea where it goes.
Where did you upload it?
It just said present up, image file.
Oh,
So
image file. Yeah. If it uploads, we'll likely get it as an input. We've not done it this way before.
Oh, look at this, gang. We're doing something different.
We'll do it on the fly.
I got nothing.
Okay, then we'll just do this. Let's stand by.
Mm-hmm.
Share screen. I'm sorry, this is taking way too long.
No, you got it. We're ready. We're here for the prop work,
I don't know where. Oh, here it is.
We can do a full.
This is when, Eric, you got it?
We're there.
That's when I was working on Gears of War. So I'm going to say Gears Made Up. By the way, I look about 175 years young there.
Incredible prop work. As always, Larry, you're really setting the standard for it here. Of course, the correct answer on this one is indeed Gears Made Up. Now, was that a placeholder that I was supposed to go back and change and didn't? Maybe. We'll never know. But you both got 10 points from the round, one way or the other. So congratulations.
You're just trying to make it easy.
Maybe you guys got it. That's what matters in the end. All right. And this will bring us our final entry into Two Truths and a Lie. This one, Need for Speed. Need for Speed Motor City Online, Need for Speed Apex Heat, or Need for Speed Nitro. Which one is the fake? Spot the imposter. Which one is sus, as I think the kids are saying? Actually, I think they're probably done saying that. That was probably something they said a long time ago at this point. Feels like a lifetime.
No, I still have kids, and they're still constantly saying it.
Or is they still saying sus? Okay. I feel like my age isn't a problem right now. Okay, contestants, we've identified the fake.
Well, the best we can, to the best of our ability.
All right, Jason, let me see.
I think it's the Apex Heat, because that name doesn't make any sense, and the other two seem pretty obvious.
Larry, what is your response in this one?
Well, bring the list up again, because I want to walk through my process. So Need for Speed Nitro, I seem to recall that. Need for Speed Apex Heat, while I don't remember that, I know that EA has the Apex Legends game. So I was like, they probably just repurposed the name. They copy and pasted the name over. So I'm going to go with Motor City Online.
Okay. All right. It's looking to split the vote on this one, I suppose. We've got the correct answer is the lie is. Good pause for dramatic effect, Jack. Apex Heat was the made up one.
Okay.
And Jason, thank you for firing shots my direction with. This doesn't make any goddamn sense. With the one I made up. Yeah, this doesn't make any sense. It's stupid. It's ridiculous. Yep. Yeah. Okay.
Call
good
them
point.
out.
Well, I'm pretty sure Motor City Online, I'd heard of that one too. I think the other two sounded familiar.
Yeah. Motor City Online was from 2001, released on Windows, and Nitro was DS and Wii in 2009.
Yeah, I remember that one.
And that brings us to the end of round number 3, 2 truths and a lie. Maybe in future I should do it as round 2 truths and a lie, but maybe that's, we all have space to grow. With that, we're going to let Jack tabulate the responses while we go to another community vote here. You all will be competing in this next round to earn a power-up that the audience votes on here. The power-up is 30 bonus points straight to your total, or we're going to extend the clock in a future round by 30 seconds. Unity community, there is a clock for one round. You all have 1 minute to vote. And while you are all voting, we'll have Jack pop in with our score update.
Thank you, Jackson. After that exciting round, Larry's still in the lead by 10 points, up 60-50 over Jason. It's a tight one, folks.
It is. This is, I will say, the closest match that we've seen. Of course, there's been shenanigans in previous matches. We had Saver, who...
Hey, the matches aren't over yet.
There's still lots of time. Saver said that he was going to plan to lose, I think in an effort to reduce the stakes, and then somehow won. So in a way, he won the first... It was the first time that Team Unity won, but it was a personal loss for him, because he did the opposite. Anyhow, this power-up vote is coming to an end here, and it looks like we will be extending the clock to whomever has more points in round number 4. Without further ado, let's dive right into round number 4. This is a classic this or that. I'm going to show you a prompt. You decide which of the 2 categories it falls in. Is the following prompt an obscure horror game or a metal album? Contestants, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. Previously, this was Cuphead boss or punk band. So we're moving swiftly along here.
That one would have been easier.
It might have been. For this one, just
And I have Cuphead props too.
Yeah, props. You can
Yes.
still get them. Like, we'll still be like, yeah, this is prop work. Larry, both of you, write down your answers. You can just allude to one or the other. You can write down MA for metal album. You don't have to write out the whole thing. Whatever works for you, as long as it's clear to us. On this one, our first entry is everything you wanted to know about Silence. Is that an obscure horror game or the name of a metal album? I don't know if you could hear rumbling. They're literally tearing down a building across the street, and it's very loud. Everything you wanted to know about Silence, horror game or metal album. And Larry, again, if you have any props at any point in time, feel free.
I've got a 2-sided one, so I've got game on one side and on the other. So I'll just flip it around.
Oh, that is
Larry,
nice.
we'll get you to go first on this one.
So everything you want to know about Silence, I'm going to say is a game.
Okay.
I'm
And
gonna go with
Jason,
album. It seems too long to be a game name.
you'd be surprised in my research at what I found, but of course, this one is a metal album by a band named Glassjaw.
Okay.
Metal, I guess. All right. Our second entry here into obscure horror game or metal album is mouthwashing. I feel like I want one of the more you know. Larry, if you have that sound effect. Larry's locking in.
I don't have that one available.
Okay. We'll work. I'll get that one for myself, I think, in the future. Mouthwashing, Larry's locking in game. Jason, thoughts?
Yeah, I got game as well.
We got game as well.
I can come up with a lot of game mechanics just from the game name alone.
Right.
So.
Okay.
Same with me.
All right. I like it. I like the way your brains work. I like the peek behind the scenes here. Mouthwashing, of course, is an obscure horror
Now,
game.
I did not peg it as a horror game, but you know,
Yeah. So we played this on a Unity stream on Halloween last year. We did a horror game design. So we brought in 2 horror game devs and they assigned games to each other. So one of them brought mouthwashing, and it's weird. It's very weird. So this was released in 2024 from a studio called Wrong Organ, which maybe even more leads it towards. Also, I don't think there's any like dentistry in mouthwashing the game. So maybe misleading entirely. All right, we've got our next one here. I have no mouth and I must scream is the name of this one.
I have no mouth and I must scream.
We've got an album from Larry and
I went with a game
from Jason. This one, I have no mouth and I must scream, is an obscure horror game from 1995. Larry, perfect. Locked it in. From 1995, when I was doing research on this, the studios listed, there's 5 of them.
There's 5 studios that worked on this game.
Cyber Dreams, The Dreamers Guild, .emu, and Q Byte Interactive. So I don't know what this game is, but 5 allegedly studios worked on this game.
Nice. I only picked it because the last one was album. I had no idea.
You're trying
So
to
it seemed
metagame me.
like-
You're trying to get in my head and see how I would have ordered things.
Like,
Did I
yeah.
forget to do my homework again a second time during the stream? Maybe we'll see. All right, let's keep it going. The next one here is When Life Comes to Death. Is that a metal album or a game? Larry, bold, excitable, ready to go off the hop.
I'm thinking
Game
it sounds like
here.
a game.
We're
Yeah.
doubling down. 2 games. This is a metal album
Whoa.
from apparently a band called Young and In the Way.
All right.
Described online as a blackened crust punk band, which is news to me. I don't know what that genre is. So we've got that. Trey insists that I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream is a very messed up game, which is interesting. Sounds like they've played it. All right, a couple more entries into Obscure Horror Gamer Metal Album. The next one looks like this: The Erosion of Sanity. The Erosion of Sanity. Larry's locking in metal album. Not to influence, Jason is locking in.
Oh no, you're right. Album too. It doesn't
Album.
sound like a game name.
Well, this one,
Probably
you were
is.
both correct, is a metal album by band Gorguts. And
What?
it's described as technical death metal. So there we go. I think anyone who participated in chat got that one correct. So looking forward to that.
And as you can tell, I mean, this is a tough one because I don't want to judge, but I don't look like a metal fan. So
Yeah, same here.
Yeah,
No,
I know we had a lot of conversations ahead of time about like, how do we structure this in a way that doesn't make our contestants look foolish? And the intentionality behind it all is that the game itself is foolish and that it becomes very clear that mostly we're guessing. So hopefully we've accomplished such today. We have one final entry into this round. The Shattering. Is that an obscure game or is it an album? Locked in and confident, Larry. Locking in game.
I'm gonna go with album.
We're going with album from Jason. The Shattering is a horror game.
Oh.
Released in 2020 by a company called Super Sexy Software. I didn't know you could name your company that.
you know, just I think I played this and I think it's like very highly rated.
Okay. Yeah.
So-
In my research, I found very positive reviews, I believe, on Steam, which is cool. It, I think, released in like April 2020. So
Right.
definitely a tumultuous time to put out a game by accident, not knowing. And that brings us to the end of Obscure Horror Gamer Metal Album. Thank you both for playing round number 4. We have a score tally in progress. And again, whoever had more points in this round will get an extra 30 seconds in our next round here as well. So, Jack, are we ready on the update?
Oh, Jack.
We are ready on the update after that round. We are surprisingly all tied up, 90-90. Jason took 40 points. Larry took 30 on that last round, which means Jason won round 4. Obscure Horror Game or Metal Album, which means Jason gets the power up.
Oh, I thought Larry was still in the lead. How'd that
I
happen?
think we got one more.
I'm starting to question the accounting here, Jason.
I was pretty sure you were in the lead by a good amount.
But we're here to have fun, so I'll just roll with it.
I had Jason taking 4 in round 4 and Larry only taking 3. I could be
Sounds
wrong.
That sounds
Blame Jackson, not
It's
me.
probably backwards.
Either way, it's a new ball game. Let's go.
All right. So with that, we'll move right into round number 5. This is a classic called Drawn to the Game. I'm going to give you the name of a popular video game character from deep within your nostalgia. Your task is to draw this character from memory in 60 seconds, or Jason, in your case, an extra 30 seconds, rounding you out to 90. The audience will then vote for their favorite, and the winner will receive a whopping 40 points. Any
Uh-oh.
questions from our contestants?
Nope.
All right.
Is Larry a good
Drawn-
artist?
Larry, where's your confidence level, you two, about your artistry?
Well, none.
Yeah, I would rate mine at the programmer level.
Yeah.
Good. I'm glad that we put an even match. We're tied at 90, so it seems like we've done this right. Okay. With this, we will give you your prompt to draw. Please draw for me Kratos. We've got Kratos on the board. Your 60 seconds begins now. We will extend an additional 30, of course, for Jason after the fact. And then Unity community, again, you will be voting on who is the winner of this round. I do ask that once you reveal, you do not erase immediately. Put whatever artistic flair on this that you would like. If you're really like adventurous and you're like, I really want to do this cell shaded, I encourage that curiosity. We do have Andrew the Day in the Twitch chat. It's unfair. Larry's probably got a prop somewhere in the room to copy.
Well, I was hoping you were going to say Cuphead so I could bust out my Cuphead cell.
That is so cool.
From the game.
There we go. But you know what? The next time we do this stream, it's just going to be Larry show and tell. We'll just go and show off all the cool stuff that you got. As Ragan in the Twitch chat says, that is very awesome. 5 seconds on the clock for you, Larry. Although you did take a second to show off some props, so you can feel free to extend your clock slightly. I have started the additional 30-second timer. We got it. Jack's got it on screen. Jack does everything in this game. I do want to point out that last time we did this, Saver was making many requests of Jack to adapt on the fly, and Jack's already carrying a lot of technical load on this one. So Jack absolutely crushing it behind the scenes here.
Ready when you are.
All right.
I'm just giving him teeth.
It's the details. It's the details that matter. All right. Jason, you feel ready?
No, not at all.
Well, he has extra time, doesn't he?
Yeah, he's used it. Jason, let's take a look at Kratos here. Very good.
Ooh.
Oh, extra points. Is it, what's his name? Atreus? Is that the son?
I figured it had to have a little kid in the background.
Very
and
strong.
a beautiful axe.
Yeah.
Although it looks kind of more like a soccer ball on a stick, but
And Larry, if you are ready to go. Yes, the grimace, strong tattoos, beard, multiple uses of different colors, Larry. I mean, I'm not here to influence the voters, but again, if you are watching anywhere, make sure to if you're watching anywhere other than Twitch, make sure to hop in there. Of course, we've got the look. Jason, do you want to hold up while our community votes
beautiful art
for their favorite here? Ragan saying that they love the lollipop, Jason. So also, they follow up with yours is lacking a bus stop. So, Jason, I like that yours leads to a lot of, artistic curiosity, we'll call it. This is for a big 40 points. Currently is a tight vote. Again, Unity community, make sure that you are voting here on twitch.tv/Unity as you are directly influencing this game.
And if you need an artist,
Jason is available. Jason is available. And with that, unprecedented, we have a tie. We have a tie. So the game is tied. The round is tied. Let's do this. How do you guys want the points? Do you want neither of you points? Do you both want 40? Do you both want 20? What do you guys, do you want to split?
I'll donate mine to the Red Cross.
we can both donate
points. There we go.
Donate them to an art school.
Yeah, right.
There we go. And therefore, the tie continues, I suppose. Jack, I mean, we can do a score update, but it seems unchanged at this point.
It's the same score, Jackson. It's the same score. Nothing's changed.
Just keeping me honest, I'm not good at math.
Still 90. Still 90.
I'm a talker boy. And
if you need it, there you go. Still 90, Jackson.
That really
Jackson,
helps.
Still 90.
I'm a visual learner, so you having it on screen is really, really helpful. So thank you. Okay, we're going to move on to round number 6 here. 2 more rounds left in today's game show. Round number 6 is a game called Order in My Court. I'm going to show you a list of games. Currently, they will be organized in release order. Your job, contestants, is to rearrange these games in order of Metacritic score from lowest to highest. Each answer in the correct spot is worth 10 points. Upon revealing your answer, your ordering, please do not erase your submission. And we have a theme for today. It's games with time loops. So here is your release order. And of course, you are meant to rearrange these into Metacritic scores, lowest to highest.
Metacritic on which platform?
So I'm glad that you asked, Larry. The devil's in the details, of course. I pulled whichever Metacritic score had the most number of reviews and entries. Again, for anyone who maybe has this on in the background or has alt-tabbed away, the options being on board here. The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask, minute. Outer Wilds, 12 minutes, and Deathloop. All of them, of course, time loop games here. And to be a little more specific, even if you have them in the right spot, they are in the right order, even if you have the one prior not in the right order. It's not like you got 1, 2, and 3 right. Well, everyone that's in the right spot, we got you. All right. And again, similarly, feel free to abbreviate as long as we know what we're getting at. And we are going lowest to highest as a reminder.
Oh, lowest to highest scores?
And if you have it backwards, just tell me and we'll get you to, we'll talk it through as we get there. Lowest to highest. And this one is one that broke previously, but I assure you will not this time. All right. Contestants, let me know when you feel ready to go.
I'm ready. I reordered them.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'll be
Make
ready.
it easy on me.
I'll be ready.
Okay. Locked in?
As best I can be.
Okay. Jason, let's get started with you here. Walk us through it. Lowest to highest.
All right. I started off with minute at the lowest
Okay.
because I hadn't heard of it.
Gotcha.
Then 12 minutes.
Gotcha.
I think I've heard of that one, and it's
Yeah.
got 12 more than one, so I figured it should be a little bit higher. Outer Wilds, I've heard of but not played. Deathloop, I've played a little bit, and Zelda, I think everybody was going to guess that was first.
Okay.
I'm probably way off, but we'll see.
I got you. Don't erase. We will take Larry's answers, and I'll reveal how many you have in the correct order there. Larry?
I've got 12 minutes at the bottom, minute, Outer Wilds, Deathloop, and then Zelda.
Okay. Please do not erase. I will tell you how many you have in the right spot.
We got them the same, right? Other than minute and 12?
The lower thirds, lower
Just
three
last-
were. This is going to be pretty nonsensical based on how you guys did in this round. I'm going to reveal how many you have in the right order. And if you would like to, you can spend 25 points to reorder and try again. A little risk reward. Now, Jason, you have 3 in the correct order. And Larry, you have 5.
So I can spend 25 points to get 20 more points?
Yeah, that's basically
By
how this
flipping
it
those
made
two?
a lot more sense when Larry didn't get a perfect score. So
Okay, well, I think I'll pass on the 25 for 520.
Did I really get 5 out of 5?
you got 5 out of 5.
Nice.
Was not expected. So again, there's a lot of different parameters within the game that could have made a lot more sense, whether it was, you weren't tied going into the round, or Larry didn't get a perfect score, which has never happened. Well done. Congratulations. That's the first time that's ever happened. This game has been weird. Of course, 12 minutes got a 76. That was reviewed on PC. Minute got an 81 on PS4. Outer Wilds got an 85 on PC. Deathloop an 88 on PS5. And Majora's Mask with an impressive 95 on N64.
Jason, I'm telling you, you need to play Outer Wilds. It's amazing.
I'll give it a try.
Yeah, it's
agreed.
one of my favorite games.
It's one that you can only experience truly for the first time. It's one of those where your first ride is the only ride, and it's exceptional. So completely agree. Okay, well, that was the end of order in my
By the way,
court.
I just want to point that out. I just want to point that
Yeah.
out.
Honestly, I'm blown away. It was very impressive. Larry, normally we get like 1 or 2. So spending the 20, like, it makes sense, but no, 5 was was very, very impressive. Well done. Congratulations. We're going to throw things back to the voice in the sky. We've got Jack with another score update.
All right, after that round and something unique that's never happened before, Larry retakes the lead with 140 points to Jason's 120 as we enter round number 7.
Thank you very much, Jack. And round number 7 is our finale. And has become a staple of the game here. Round number 7 is called Can I Pet Dat Dawg? It's time for our final round, something I like to call Can I Pet Dat Dog? I'm going to show you a picture of a video game good boy. Your job is to tell me 2 things. What game is that dog from? And can you indeed pet that dog? Each round is worth 20 points, or each entry is worth 20 points, 10 for the game name and 10 for the petting verdict. So if you do not know the game, you can still earn points by correctly guessing whether or not you're able to pet the dog. Any questions, contestants?
Yeah, I'd like to see a future related topic of can you flush the toilet?
I like it. I like the suggestions for rounds. Larry, if you want to take over a hosting responsibility in future, you're more than welcome to. I mean, we came in here with the misunderstanding that you were going to host today's, and I apologize for that. So if you want the opportunity.
It's my misunderstanding. I didn't read the mail.
All right. I will say for our audience that's familiar with this round, we have shortened it. So we have a number of entries for you here. Here is your first video game good boy. Again, you are writing down 2 things on your whiteboard, contestants. What game this is from, and can you pet the dog, yes or no? And chat, I'm watching you as well to see if you know any of our answers today. This was one of the more adorable ones, I will say. This is one of the more adorable pups, for sure. Contestants, locked in, locked and loaded, ready to go?
Best as I can be.
Okay. Jason, why don't you get us started over there?
I put Spyro just in case it is from that, and yes.
Okay. Larry, what you got for us?
Don't know. Yes.
Perfect. Well, you both have earned 10 points as you, yes, can indeed pet this dog. This one is from Persona 3. The dog's name is Koromaru, which was new to me. But again, you both have earned 10 points. All right. And with that, we can go on to the next one. A familiar face, I'm sure. What game is this dog from, and can you pet them? Also, I've never played a Persona game. Have either of you?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Some, again, correct answers in the chat here. This one, I'll admit, probably one of the easier ones we're going to see today. Jason, why don't you lead off for this round?
It's definitely Duck Hunt, and I assume if it's your hunting dog, you can pet him.
Okay. Larry, let's take a look over on your side.
Duck Hunt. No.
And good artistry as well. Are those bullet holes?
They are.
So this is Dog from Duck Hunt, correct? And you cannot pet this dog. So that's going to earn.
Yeah, my thought process was 90s wasn't a big time for petting dogs in video games.
That was a tough one. That was a tough one. You are correct.
Well, you mean pet him in game?
No, he literally just does this.
That's all he does. He laughs at you and goes back down.
And then he disappears again. Yeah, as Phil points out, he might laugh at you when you miss, I think. So that was the extent of it. He also, I think, is in a Smash Brothers later. But in that way, you cannot pet. So Larry earning 20 points from that, both correct. And Jason with 10. We will show our next video game good boy now. I will point out that this video game good boy has only 2 paws. I started to get really liberal in my use of the term dog because we've done this a number of times. And that might also be why there are fewer entries today, is we've gone through all of the video game dogs. That's not true. There'll be many. Don't worry. Interesting. Interesting seeing the chat play along. Jason, are you locked in on this one?
I have no idea what game it is, but I think you can pet it.
Okay. Larry?
I don't know what game it is either, and I say no, but I'm actually gonna push back and say that's not a dog.
So you're going to protest the round.
I'd like to file an official grievance.
I'll run it up the poll to the commission. The commission is Jack, so we'll discuss after and see if there's a score adjustment that needs to happen. This is Ochi from Pikmin 4, and you cannot pet this dog. So Larry earning another 10 points on this one.
Dogs are all defective.
Yeah, there was. Well, I
that
think
bug was not resolved.
If you put a dog in a game, it needs to be pet. You need to be able to pet it. That's just ludicrous. You can't do that. There was. I had to dive really deep to find out if you could truly pet this dog, because some people were claiming that you could emote near it, which makes it looks like you are petting the dog. So there was a deep and thorough investigation that needed to happen here. Okay. We've got 2 more in this round. This is your next Dawg. Perhaps context clues in the art style. Again, those of you playing along in chat, please keep track of your own score. I'm always curious to see how you guys feel that you have performed at the end of the round here. That is a valiant video game. Good boy. Majestic, some would say. Contestants locked in?
As best we can be.
Okay. Jason, why don't you lay it on us first? We've got another omission. Jason, did your mic stop working?
No, I did the thing that I was not supposed to do and muted it.
Well, we've got a no idea and a yes from both. You have both earned yourself 10 points, as yes, indeed, you can pet this dog. This is Caesar from Wargroove.
Nope.
Yep. When was Wargroove? 2021? Maybe around there. Again, both of you earning 10 points. We lead into our final entry of the day, ending on a high. Who is this dog? And what game is this dog from? And can you pet him? The final entry in our round here. I actually don't know what the word behind him is. I'm sure someone in chat can give me that answer.
Ready when you are.
Jason, locked?
Yes.
All right. Why don't you lead us off on this one, Jason?
I put that it's some Nintendo 64 game, and you probably can't pet him because he has a hat on.
Sounds good.
Same thing. I didn't know what the game was, but I said no as well.
So this is
And
General
he looks
Pepper.
very official and would be unkind if you were petting him.
Exactly. He's got a general status. General Pepper is from Star Fox, and you both were correct. You cannot pet the general. So you have both earned a whopping 10 points from the final entry. Thank you both for playing Can I Pet That Dawg? We will allow Jack a moment to tally our score and declare a winner. But before we get there, I want to thank you both for joining and playing today. I hope you both have had a little bit of fun as a good opportunity to just connect with the Unity community and joke around a little bit. Jack, whenever you are ready, fire away.
I think he shut his mic off.
I think he's got
Larry,
a lot of things.
I was counting the score. There's so many points. All right. After all of our rounds, when it is all said and done between Larry and Jason, our final scores look like this. Larry with 200 points to Jason's 160, which means your winner is Mr. Larry Hryb. Congratulations, Larry.
Oh, well, everybody's a winner.
Congratulations,
Everybody's a
Larry.
winner.
Everybody is a winner. Do you have an acceptance speech, or was everybody's the winner?
That's the speech.
I'm just going to go back to this and just say, perfect. Or as they say in Halo, perfect.
Well done. Very well done. No, that was one of the most impressive things that I've seen in the game, and completely unexpected. So thank you both for playing. We appreciate you immensely. Thank you for being here, for being a part of this, for putting in a little FaceTime with the Unity community. Jason, I'm going to put your link once again in the chat here. Everybody should go and check out Jason's channel. You will absolutely learn something. Jason, is there anything exciting that you've been working on lately that you want people to know about?
Just this game and some new tutorials. So you can go subscribe, you'll see the new stuff pop up, or if you got little kids, have them go try out Bottle.
Very, very cool. I will say that when I started at Unity, I was like, I should probably learn a little bit of the engine, and I stumbled into some of your tutorials. So thank you, for me personally, for lending a hand along the way. I will also put our next live streams link in the chat. We are meeting again next Tuesday. That's July 1st, Canada Day, for those of you that celebrate. We will be showcasing winners to the Unity-sponsored IGA Game Jam, the Indie Game Academy. Mike Geig will be guest hosting that stream again at 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. GMT. So pop on in if you would like to connect with the Unity community and see what set these games apart. Also, one of the big winners is a very common name that I see in these chats. So that is always very excellent to see. Larry and Jason, thank you both very, very much for playing. Any departing words from either of you?
No, I just want to say thank you to the community, for everybody. Jason and I did this to have some fun together, and everybody's a winner here. So thank you for your great time. Thank you for your support of the Unity community. And yeah, great job, Jackson. And thank you, Jack. And thank you, everybody. And Jason, thank you for joining us.
Jason?
Yeah, I just wanted to say thanks for having me too. This was a lot of fun. It was way more relaxing and fun than I expected, even though I still got destroyed like I expected. It was really cool to hang out with Larry too.
Oh,
and
Jason, thank you.
Yeah. Also, just been really impressed with all the streams you've been doing lately. The Unity channel is really kicking off, so I've been enjoying it a lot. So thanks a lot for that, Jackson. That's
Jason,
all.
That means a lot to me. I really appreciate that. Thank you so very much. With that, Unity community, we will bid you adieu. We will see you next week for 2 streams. As always, keep an eye out on these channels for when you have an opportunity to come in, learn something, feel inspired by our guest, and connect with the Unity community. And with that, everybody, until I see you all again, my name is Jackson. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks for being here.